Whether you're looking for some handcrafted baked goods, specialty coffees, or a cake for a special occasion, you can find it right here at Pocono Dessert Company in Swiftwater. Well, I'm here in the kitchen with Tracy Eisler. And Tracy, thanks for having us today.
Oh, thank you for coming in. We're very excited to have you here.
You're very welcome. What are we baking today?
Today we are baking our Levain Bakery style thick chocolate chip cookies. We're going to be baking in bulk, so this recipe is quadrupled. So for anyone who wants to do this at home, you would have to divide all the measurements I'm giving you by 4.
All right.
We're going to start with our dry ingredients. Normally we would do 2 cups of flour, but this year we're starting with 8 cups of flour. Next thing we'll add is our 3 teaspoons of baking soda, our 5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 4 teaspoons of cornstarch.
Okay.
And then this calls for 4 teaspoons of salt, but I prefer my cookies to be less salty. So I'm gonna eyeball about 2 teaspoons of salt for this. It all depends on your taste.
Right.
So we have our dry ingredients in here, and we're gonna go ahead and give that a good whisk, make sure everything is nice and combined. All right, once we're done whisking that, we're gonna set it aside and we're gonna focus on our wet ingredients.
Okay.
When you're making a cake, you want your butter to be room temperature or pretty soft, but with cookies, we want it to be cool. This came out of the fridge and I popped it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. If you're doing sticks of butter, you're gonna wanna do obviously a little bit less time or it'll melt super fast.
Right.
This 1 block is equivalent to 4 sticks. So this is gonna be a little bit hard to mix because it's firm. If you're using a standing mixer, it'll probably mix in a little bit easier, but I like to really have a lot of control over my mix, so I use hand mixers almost always. And so we're mixing it up, we're softening it up, so that way when we add our sugar, it combines nicely and doesn't become a big brick of sugary butter. All right, once your butter is mixed up in the bottom of the bowl, you can go ahead and add your 3 cups of white cane sugar. Again, we're gonna combine our butter and our sugar. It'll become almost like a wet sand texture. We do wanna try to get rid of the chunks as much as possible. It's impossible to get rid of them completely. All right, now so we have our butter and sugar combination, and it's time to add our vanilla. Now, because I've quadrupled this recipe, this is actually 10 teaspoons of vanilla here. And then we're gonna add our 4 eggs. You can either add them one by one and mix as you go, or I add everything at once. We're gonna combine this real well. It's important to get the vanilla really mixed in there so you get the flavor throughout each cookie.
Good stuff. Now we're combining your dry ingredients.
We're gonna add our dry to our wet. Give that a real good mix. Now, if you're doing this at home and you feel like your dough is looking dry, don't worry. It takes some time, some finesse, lots and lots of mixing. This will be the longest portion of your mixing. So before it starts really combining into a full dough texture, we want to add our chips.
All right, and it looks like you used the little tiny ones.
I like the little tiny ones, I do. You can use bigger ones. These are semi-sweet.
Okay.
I don't recommend milk chocolate. You're not going to get that classic bakery flavor.
Oh, gotcha.
A bakery style chocolate chip cookie is on the less sweet side.
Gotcha, yes.
This is about 2.5 cups of chocolate chips. And then I just eyeball it. If I feel like I need to add a little bit more chocolate chips, I will.
All right.
That's up to the baker's discretion, how many chips you want in your cookie.
Right.
I've never had a complaint that there's not enough chips yet.
Right. Well, there's quite a bit there.
So now we're gonna mix these in. I like to use my hands.
Right.
You can technically use your mixer, but what it's gonna do is it's gonna chop up your chocolate chips.
Yeah, we don't want that.
All right, so now we are going to get our cookies on the pan and ready to bake.
Yeah, it's really cool. You have these chocolate shells, and you can insert like the cookies inside of them. That's how it works, right?
So I make a 8-inch geometric hollow heart, and it's used for birthdays, wedding gifts. I do them a lot for wedding gifts, holidays. Like we're gonna have some leprechaun trap ones for St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna have bunny butts for Easter.
I love it.
And then you give it as a gift. You can put money underneath. You can put other little toys underneath if they'll fit. So it's pretty much edible gift wrapping.
For sure.
Yes, fun for all ages.
Yep.
All right, so this is about the size we want.
Okay.
For our smaller cookies, I would probably double this for a regular cookie that I'd sell inside the store. So we're gonna take our ball, and this is important. if you leave this cookie recipe round, it will not flatten. So it'll
Really?
it'll make like almost like a cake cookie. So there's different ways to do this. I flatten them because I want them to be a little on the crunchier side, but I do take them out before they get too hard, so they're a softer inside, crunchier outside. All right, now that we've got all our cookies on the pan and they're evenly spaced about 1 inch to 2 inches apart, we're gonna put them in an oven that has been preheated to 350. And we're gonna wanna leave them in for about 10 to 15 minutes based on how crunchy you'd like your cookie to be. Put them somewhere safe to cool for about 20 minutes because with chocolate chip cookies, they continue to bake as they cool.
Tracy, thanks so much for showing us how to create your delicious chocolate chip cookies. I want you to tell everybody about Pocono Dessert Company.
Okay, so here at Pocono Dessert Company, we offer coffee, we offer tea, lattes, espressos, hot and iced. We have a display case that's full daily with sliced cakes, treats, and we also offer custom dessert ordering as well. You just have to give us about a week's notice. We are located at 2185 on Route 611 in Swiftwater, PA.
Thank you so much for having us here at Pocono Dessert Company. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.